All right, so last week I did a little segment where I told you guys 5 things you might not have known about Seth Rollins, and it actually went over well. I had people start requesting some different wrestlers, and I had a request from, I'm sorry I didn't write down the name, but someone wanted me to do Roman Reigns this week, and I thought that was interesting. I thought this might be fun. Every Wednesday, we'll just chop it up about one professional wrestler, that things that we may not have known about them. You may know it, but some people may not know it. So let's talk about here the 5 things you might not know about Roman Reigns. Number 1, Roman Reigns came from a professional football background and a collegiate football background. He went to college at Georgia Tech. I believe he was a defensive tackle, and he played on a team with the Lions great Calvin Johnson. So that was interesting. I didn't even know that when I was looking up facts, that Roman Reigns was teammates with Calvin Johnson. Roman Reigns, when he was in the NFL, he had contracts with the Vikings and the Jaguars. So he just missed Tony Khan by a couple of years. It's crazy. Tony Khan and Daddy Khan could have been Roman Reigns' boss had he made the Jaguars roster a couple years later. Second thing you might not know about Roman Reigns is the only WWE superstar to have defeated The Undertaker, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, and Goldberg all by pinfall. I thought that was an interesting statistic. It's a pretty nice who's who of professional wrestlers and guys that don't typically get pinned. He's pinned them all, and we may add The Rock to that list. That would be interesting. That would be a nice little list there. Undertaker, John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, Goldberg, and possibly The Rock. That's interesting. Number 3 thing you might not know about Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns has confessed his desire to one day play Iron Man in a movie. He also imitates the character while fighting in the ring. So I didn't realize this, but a lot of the Roman Reigns gear and stuff like that is kind of designed around Iron Man aesthetic, which makes sense. I've seen, I think he had a red and gold glove at one time. I know that some of his chest plate armor and stuff like that it may have some influence from Iron Man. That's interesting. Also that he uses the Superman punch, but he's more of a Marvel guy. Stuff like that. That's kind of cool. It's kind of behind the scenes. You're pulling the curtain back a little bit when you find out stuff like that. Number 4, Roman Reigns idolizes Bret Hart, which he has admitted in many interviews. Bret's wrestling skills impressed Roman and influenced him to become a WWE wrestler. That's interesting because he doesn't fight like Bret. It's a lot of times it's interesting to see guys who take influence from somebody, but then they kind of come into their own. I wouldn't have pinned Bret Hart to be Roman Reigns' favorite wrestler, but that's kind of a cool little fact. I saw that on a couple different websites. And last but not least, this was kind of a cool little fact. Roman Reigns is not just Samoan. So he has different backgrounds due to his mother's and father's different sides. Reigns is actually English, Italian, Samoan, and Albanian. So that's an interesting family tree. There's a lot of different mix in there. So he's not just 100% a Samoan. He's got a lot of different stuff going on inside the pot there.